Messi's records look impossible on paper. 8 Ballon d'Ors, 672 goals for Barcelona, 91 goals in 1 year, 474 La Liga goals. But the numbers alone do not explain the difficulty. The root matters more. Most of his prime came at one club, one league, one left foot, and the same pressure season after season. A future player may have the talent, but will football give him that kind of career again? Messi's records did not come from one hot season. Football has seen short explosions before. 6 months, one tournament, one golden season. Messi's numbers needed him to keep coming back season after season for more than a decade. His prime did not come and go quickly. It kept changing shape. It survived injuries, pressure, manager changes, Barcelona rebuilds, and years of being measured against Cristiano Ronaldo. By the middle of his Barcelona prime, people had almost stopped being shocked. Not because the goals were ordinary, because they kept arriving too often. Take the Ballon d'Or record, 8. But nobody wins 8 Ballon d'Ors by being the same player forever. The first Messi was a dribbler who never let defenders settle. He could receive the ball with one defender around him and still look like the one in control. Then came the false nine version. The false nine role confused teams for years. Centre-backs did not know whether to follow him or stay. Midfielders did not know when to press. After that came the scorer. The goal scorer Messi gets discussed less, but that may have been the most dangerous version. The dribbles and passes are remembered first, but for years he was putting up striker numbers while still creating like a playmaker. Season after season, he made numbers that would be career best years for most great forwards look normal. Later, he ran less, waited more, pulled defenders out of shape, and played the pass before the pressure arrived. But the danger was still there, because he often saw the pass before anyone else reacted. It was not one Messi winning 8 times. The Ballon d'Or record came because the argument around him kept changing, and he kept answering it. Even Cristiano Ronaldo, the only player who really stood beside him for that long, finished with 5. Then there is the Barcelona record, 672 goals for one club. Modern football moves too fast for this kind of one-club run. The Barcelona records needed a rare fit, a player growing inside the right club before the world fully understood what he was becoming. He arrived young. He grew inside the club. Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets did more than pass to him. They understood when he wanted ball and where he wanted it. For years, Barcelona did not attack and then look for Messi. The attack often began because Messi had moved. Later, Alves gave him the right side connection. Neymar brought chaos. Suarez gave him movement and finishing. But 672 goals were not only about service. Messi was doing more than finishing moves. Many times, he was starting them. He carried the ball, set the tempo, made the final pass, took the free kick, took the penalty, and still arrived to finish the move. Barcelona did not just give him chances. They gave him control, and he carried it for 17 years. The 2012 record still sounds unreal. 91 goals in 2012. It came across Barcelona and Argentina, across league games, Champions League nights, cup matches, and internationals. The harder part of 2012 is the workload behind the number. It started to feel normal while it was happening. In 2011-12 alone, Messi scored 73 goals for Barcelona. 50 came in La Liga, still a single season league record. And then 2012 did not slow down. It became the 91 goal calendar year. He had stretched the idea of normal scoring season until it stopped meaning anything. To get near 91, a player needs everything at once: fitness, form, minutes, teammates, confidence, and a manager willing to keep him on the pitch through a brutal calendar. Today, a club would probably stop the chase before the record got serious. Players are rotated, workload is measured, matches are managed. If a team is winning comfortably, the star forward often comes off. That makes 91 feel like it belongs to an older football calendar, before clubs became this careful with their biggest players. Even if a future player is good enough, the modern game may protect him before he gets close. The La Liga record does not sound as dramatic, but it may be harder to chase. 474 league goals. It is not a peak record. It is a survival record. It is about coming back every weekend, year after year, after defenders have spent years studying the same patterns. By 2015, there was no mystery left for defenders. The cut inside, the wall pass, the pause before the burst, the free kick. Every opponent had the tape, and most of the time, it still did not matter. To chase 474, a player has to enter a major league young, become the main man early, stay through most of his prime, avoid serious injuries, and keep scoring after the whole league has already prepared for him. That kind of clean route barely exists now. The number is huge. The route is worse. 36 La Liga hat-tricks means he did not just score, he repeatedly broke matches open by himself. A hat-trick usually needs chances, control, and one weakness to keep attacking. Messi kept finding that weakness, then kept going back until the match opened. If a defender gave himself a yard, he used it again. If a full-back got nervous, he kept going at him. One weakness was enough for the match to turn. Then comes Real Madrid. A lot of Messi's legacy was built inside El Clasico, where nothing stays small for long. El Clasico does not give records quietly. It is a match where one touch becomes a headline. One mistake travels everywhere. One goal becomes part of the rivalry. Messi did not disappear in those games. He scored at the Bernabeu. He scored in title races. He scored in Champions League semi-finals. He scored when Madrid had elite defenders, elite midfielders, and Cristiano Ronaldo standing on the other side of the rivalry. These goals were not buried in routine league afternoons. They came with the whole sport watching. The hardest Messi record may not be listed anywhere. It may be the career itself. A small teenager from Rosario arrives at Barcelona and becomes the best player in the game. He starts as a dribbler, turns into a 50-goal forward, becomes Barcelona's main creator, then wins the World Cup as an older player who no longer needs to run every attack. And after years of Argentina being used against him, he wins the one trophy people kept using to question him. Most careers crack somewhere. A transfer goes wrong. A knee breaks. A manager changes the system. A club loses its direction. A national team story turns bitter. A younger star arrives. Messi survived because he kept adjusting without losing the thing that made him different. Someone may chase the Ballon d'Ors. Someone may chase the club goals. Someone may chase the calendar year record. Someone may even make La Liga look easy for a few seasons. But Messi's records are tied to more than talent. They're tied to Barcelona holding him for 17 years. La Liga giving him the same stage. Argentina giving him the final chapter, and his body lasting long enough for all of it to connect. Football will find another great player. That is not the question. The question is whether football can give anyone this exact road again. One club, one league, one rivalry, one World Cup ending. That is the record nobody can simply train for.